Can you hear me? Okay, hello everyone. Welcome to our open day at Harryward University, Malaysia. So today I'm delighted to present a short academic talk on the topic of a quantity surveyor's undertakings in sustainable development. Thank you for spending your time with us today. So before we begin, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Ashley Hong. I'm an assistant professor in Harryward University, Malaysia, under the School of Energy, Geoscience, Infrastructure and Society. So I have more than 15 years of working experience in both construction industry as well as academic line. So I own my PhD and master qualification from the University of Malaysia. I'm also a registered professional QS with the local board of QS. Prior joining to the higher learning institution, I worked with a few companies, which is PUBM Quantity Surveyors, Putrajaya Holdings and Berhad, and also a contractor firm, which is Pembinaan Jaya Jagas, about oil and gas construction. So after I pursued my master in science in building, I joined the academic line, starting with Tunku Abdul Rahman University College, followed by University of Tunku Abdul Rahman, and now I'm here in Harryward University. So altogether, I've gained more than 15 years of working experience. So to initiate my topics today, I guess you might be curious about what a QS profession is. So with the development of modern buildings nowadays in the cosmopolitan cities, all right, what we can see and what we can witness are those high-rise and tall buildings. And this construction industry actually has created a lot of job opportunities and also vastly drive on the economic activities in Malaysia. So the building that you can see in all the developing countries are actually a product of hard work by the professional in the construction industry. So let me introduce the 6 main professionals in the construction industry by playing a video. They are the architects, project managers, civil engineers, M&E engineers, facility managers, as well as the most fundamental role, the quantity surveyor.
In Singapore, every building you see is the product of hard work by professionals in the architectural, engineering and construction industries. Modern buildings tell the story of Singapore's development, charting its transformation from the slums and squatters of yesteryears to the vibrant cosmopolitan city-state that we see today. The construction industry not only creates jobs and drives economic activity, it also makes Singapore one of the best quality and most sustainable cities in the world to work and live in. The growth of this industry is supported by dynamic, innovative and passionate professionals who take on challenging tasks and responsibilities in bringing about the best built environment for our people, as well as delivering green buildings that preserve the environment. But the jobs are also incredibly fulfilling. Every construction project requires close coordination of a team. The architect is the grand designer who creates the form or body of the building. A building usually begins with an idea or a concept in the architect's mind, but the architect doesn't just design. She is the one who transforms the specifications from the developer into a working blueprint. She makes sure that the building complies with the regulatory and technical requirements, while keeping in mind the primary considerations of materials, functionality, aesthetics, and the environmental impact. But the architect cannot work alone. She needs to work with others to translate her master blueprint into a physical building. The civil and structural engineer is the math and science whiz that produces the structural designs, setting the bones and joints to form the body of a building. A CNS engineer needs to decide how to build a solid frame and determine the location and size of every beam and column in a building. He also has to make efficient use of materials to construct the building in an environmentally sustainable manner. In other words, a CNS engineer is responsible for creating a practical and safe structure that can withstand anything the weather might bring: the wind, the sun, the rain, and the temperature changes. While a CNS engineer is the structure specialist that sets the bones, our M&E engineer is the expert responsible for connecting the veins, injecting the life force that brings a building into being. Every modern building needs electricity, lights, air conditioning, and ventilation systems to become a living, breathing, habitable place. Our M&E engineer is the person that takes care of that, making sure of the efficient use of energy and water and quality indoor living. For every project, there must be someone to take care of the money issues. The quantity surveyor is the one that manages the costs of a building project, from the initial calculations to the final figures. She must be skilled in the balancing act, analysing the numbers, assessing the risks, and preparing the tenders and contracts. That's a critical role, consolidating all the information and numbers to come up with the tender specifications and contracts. All these while ensuring that everything meets the required standards and quality. As the actual construction starts, someone has to ensure the smooth running of the project. The project manager's work revolves around three very important elements: time, cost, and quality. He becomes the key overseer once construction work begins, organising the resources to turn plans for a new building into reality. That means planning the time frame for all the necessary tasks, getting the project started from the initial stage of drafting to the final coat of paint, and to ensure that a project gets completed on time and within budget. So the building is completed, the people have moved in, and the work is done. Or is it? Buildings are built to last for many years, some surviving several generations. But proper maintenance is necessary. The facility manager is like a doctor who performs regular health checks on buildings to ensure they are well maintained and in tip-top condition. Like a good caretaker, a facility manager looks after the needs and interest of the building and its occupants, and comes up with ways to continually improve a building's amenities and services. That's to make certain that a building stays healthy and its occupants happy. These 6 professions form the core of a typical team in the construction and building industry. Together with many other unsung heroes, they are responsible for building the roofs over our heads. All this while taking care to preserve our environment and resources for our future generations. As the industry continues to grow, there are plenty of opportunities available for all talented and creative young people to join the sector and be satisfied with a career that makes a difference. Together, let's build a green future.
Okay, so after watching this video, we know that quantity surveyor is a fundamental professional in the construction industry. So he's someone who provides building economic advice to the client, and he or she is supposed to work closely with the architects, client, and other professionals because that's only key to for him to provide an effective cost advice. So in this current slide, it is showing the significant roles to be done by a consultant QS, all right, during the pre-contract stages. So pre-contract stage means before the construction is started. So when the project is initiated during the pre-contract stages, QS traditional services will include providing the client advice on the building economics, okay, building design economics, preparing cost estimates, followed by confirming the cost plan, and also execute some procurement and tendering processes. So after the cost plan is agreed and confirmed by the client, the QS will carry out pre- and post-tender estimates. And based on the contractor's tender submission, he will then analyze the submitted tender prices and followed by selecting the most suitable contractor for award. So the following slide here is talk about the QS role during the post-contract stages. So before the contract is awarded, we can see that the contractor QS are required to bid for the projects, and they are required to determine a budget for the project, followed by pricing the bills of quantities. And once the construction of the project has begun, both consultant and contractor QS are required to work together for assessing the interim valuation, performing cash flow control, as well as profit and loss accounting until the last stage of preparing the final account. So the main challenge normally faced by a consultant QS during the post-contract stage is to ensure the amount of the tender sum is equals to the final contract sum. So that's what he has to keep a balance within. And while for the contractor QS, he is supposed to ensure that the contractor's company's actual expenditure is lesser or closer to the planned budgets. All right, so these are what they are facing, and these are the traditional roles carried out by a quantity surveyor. Either they are working with a consultant or contractor firm. So, but with the development in Malaysia, the sustainable development is getting more and more popular, and it was introduced in the early of 1980s in order to resolve the conservation and development objective. So the main aim of the sustainable construction is actually in seeking for a balance between the three aspects, or we call it as the three pillars of sustainability, which is the social, economy, and also environments. Okay, and these are in order to meet the needs of the present without compromising the ability of the future generation to meet their own, okay, in the future. So the global environmental threats such as the climate change, poor air quality, these are the things that we have to reduce to protect human and environmental health. All right, and normally these can be achieved by requiring the construction activities to use our existing resources efficiently by avoiding the use of non-renewable resources such as fossil fuels, and also develop some alternative resources such as renewable energy. We can use solar energy, wind energy, all right, tidal, all right, and so on. So these are the recommended renewable resources that should be encouraged in construction industry. So most of the time, the environmental sustainability should be prioritized. Okay, these are the prioritized factors. Okay, based on my own observation. All right, because prioritizing the environmental sustainability is the key to balance the economic and social factors. okay, for all. Because this is because that no one can afford the cost of environmental damage, okay? And poor environmental quality in turn will affect the economic growth and general well-being. So in this slide here, we are presenting the concept of a green and sustainable building. So a green and sustainable building should be designed with the optimal use of local climates and also the building orientation. So normally based on what we have learned in passive design strategies, an ideal building should be facing north and south, all right, to reduce the heat gain of the building, okay? And with the use of advanced building envelopes such as low emissivity glazing, insulating wall, things like green roof, green facades, these are the things that will provide long-term benefits on passive cooling, natural daylighting, as well as natural ventilations. There are many recent researchers have shown that the application of these passive design strategies can greatly reduce the building energy demand and associated emission for up to 50%, all right? And on the material selection, we may also consider the use of recyclable materials, such as steel. The steel frame is a recyclable material, all right? And also we can think about the prefabricated materials, which require minimum maintenance and which has a longer lifespan. So the use of prefabricated elements such as the aerated lightweight concretes, okay, are very good examples, as a substitute materials for green. And this will be more environmental friendly practice because it can minimize the waste generation in the construction industry and also reduce the carbon emission to the environments. Okay, beside that, the alternative building systems are important to complement the passive design strategies that we have mentioned above. Okay, so the use of the heating, ventilating, air conditioning system, which is in more advanced version, all right, which could save a lot of energy. All right, this will satisfy the heating and cooling requirement of a building at the minimum whole life cost. And while for the renewable energy system, such as the solar panel, or which we call it as a photovoltaic system, all right, it will generate its own energy to offset the consumed electricity on bills. And also not to forget, we have also the building smart automation system, such as the smart lighting, sensors, the shading automation, all right, or security sensors, okay, or alarms or things like that. They are something that we cannot left out in the building design, okay, for a green building, because this system will actually help us to save more energy, more water, and so on. Okay, on the other hand, we have also rainwater harvesting system, where you can see from the slide. Okay, so it is something for us to consider in water conservation, because we can make use of the rainwater for flushing and cleaning. Okay, so that's a kind of a recycling water system. Okay, so one of the good example green building in Malaysia is the latest one is the Malaysia Energy Commission building, which is also called as Diamond Building. It is situated at Putrajaya Precinct 2. This building is considered as a very low energy building, and it has comprehensively adopted many advanced technology and resources for achieving a double platinum award. Okay, so the double platinum awards come from the Green Building Index Malaysia, GBI Malaysia, and also Green Mark Singapore. So both has awarded this diamond building as a platinum types of green building in Malaysia. All right. So following that, I'm going to explain about the changing roles of QS in sustainable development. So with the growing demands on sustainable constructions, we can see that the QS roles has been expanded, okay, from the traditional way of doing consultation and so on. We have expanded and transformed gradually to stay relevant in the industry. So a quantity surveyor is a critical role in ensuring that new and upcoming development, which is more green, more sustainable, are brought in with most cost-effective sustainable strategies. And it can actually bring down the green capital cost and also optimize the life cycle economic performance, enhance energy performance, and also green rating strategies and so on. Okay, so this is very important. So the primary undertaking of QS in sustainable development is to produce the green costing. Okay, so this is the first point that we are going to discuss. The QS has to adapt in the knowledge of new and emerging materials or advanced technologies, okay, that are being utilized in green building, because he needs to prepare and adjust cost models, okay, at the feasibility stage, all right, in regards to the additional costs that were incurred on the green elements, okay, for achieving a different level of green building certification. So achieving a green building certification is another type of cost that can be incurred. All right, so the green costing actually may vary from country to country actually, and due to the use of different building rating system, maturity, based on the maturity of the construction industry, and also the availability of the materials and the technology that they use for the building. All right, and the QS also need to ensure the cost model is fitting the client's budgets, and he's supposed to make recommendation or advice to the client on how the green building can save money, all right, in the value engineering prospects. Okay, so this point on green costing has bring us to the next point on this life cycle costing. So from what we can know, building green is more expensive in terms of its construction costs, right, in most of the case, okay? But by looking or paying attention at the upfront cost or construction costs or design cost of the building is never sufficient, all right? Because we must know also the impact of the building that, they have decided, okay, for the building. Okay, you will actually create a life cycle footprints throughout the lifetime of the building. Okay, so during the building in use stage, okay, the cost of operation, okay, the operation cost and also the maintenance cost of the building can be as high as 9 times more than the construction cost or initial construction cost. Okay, this is because we have 90% of the building life cycles requires active maintenance. So those maintenance including repairing, replacement, and so on. And so the knowledge of life cycle costing is getting more important now. Life cycle cost assessment is a kind of technique that we can establish the total cost of building throughout its functional lifespan, which it can be used to assist the management or the client in decision-making process to go green. Okay, so as the cost management expert, the QS, all right, it should be in an excellent position to equip himself with this knowledge, and for his role to focus on the long-term value for building life cycle costs. So the building life cycle cost is actually talking about the cost of a building from cradle to grave. Okay, so therefore selecting the most cost-effective option for sustainable building design should be able to assist, all right, in achieving a lower life cycle cost of the building. So another point that we are going to talk about is the carbon footprint. Okay, so carbon footprint for building is referred as the level of carbon emission, which include the embodied carbon and also the operational carbon. So the embodied carbon is the CO2 emission from the process of material harvesting, from the transportation of the material to manufacturing, and then from manufacturing to the construction site and so on. And then it also involves the emission during the assembly and packaging, as well as the maintenance and decomposition. So all these stages actually it involve the emissions, right, of CO2 to the environment. Okay, well, for the operational carbons, okay, it is the CO2 emission or CO2 production during the operation of a building. Okay, that include the electricity usage. Okay, where it involves the fossil fuel combustion. You know, and a QS supposed to expand his role in the execution of this cost and carbon management. Okay, because he needs to balance the low carbon efficiency with budgets. Okay, for different kind of development. Okay, so this is something that is important for the client and from the client point of view, because he needs to set benchmark to measure the carbon performance, right, and also to maximize the energy efficiency and return. Okay, and so that he can actually compare this data amongst different properties that he has. Okay, so another point that we can discuss is about the property performance reporting. All right, so there are property performance reporting systems that provide assessment on buildings performance, which is as an so-called an index rating. Okay, which comprising of the triple bottom line, which is the environmental performance, social equity indicators, and then we have also another point, which is the building condition and compliance. So in this way, with the PPR existence, the clients or the owners can compare the buildings on how they can be managed, and so that the buildings retains values and remain competitive for them. So it is expected that the PPR assessment could be integrated into the QS core competency in the near future. Okay, so for the prevalent use of green building rating system, such as the LEED in US, Green Mark in Singapore, and also the BREEAM in UK. Okay, these are all the international projects, green building rating systems. Okay, and this building rating system has actually created new inroads for the QS to exploit. So for Malaysia, we have also green building rating system, which is called the GBI, okay, Green Building Index. It has actually provided a certification for a GBI facilitator, okay, which is able to enhance the understanding of all aspects on the certification process and also the assessment criteria for green buildings, okay, and also include the application procedures and also some processes. All right, so so the QS is supposed to exploit into this rating systems for green building. And with greater understanding of green building rating system, the QS will be able to provide better advice to the client, all right, both on costing and sustainable design. Okay. And the last point that I would like to discuss is about BIM, okay, Building Information Modeling. So based on the recent studies, there are more than 50% of rework, okay, which happening in the construction projects. So the reason is because of the sparse project information, okay, lack of information, and also miscommunication. So these are the two reasons that causing the rework happening in the construction industry. So this has become, what do you call this, a big challenge for the QS, because in turn that will lead to cost overrun, delay of construction activities, and also it will create a lot of variation orders, all right, as well as safety issues. Okay, I would like to say that. So these challenges has been faced by the quantity surveyors for quite some time. So building information modeling is actually an integral platform, okay, for information management throughout the project lifespan. So it is best used where visual presentation is required. So now we have a few software which is related to BIM. We have Revit, we have CosX, all right. We have the Glodens and so on. So all these are actually assisting a QS and architects, you know, working closely in the integrated BIM system. Okay. So with the advancement in the BIM system, information such as the specification and also real-time costing, okay, this can actually very benefited for a QS, okay. So the advantage of using these systems would be fundamental, would be a fundamental shift in the QS roles, okay, by focusing more on higher value-added cost estimating activities and so on. So I believe the current states will change over time, as we can see that more and more quantity surveyors has become capable in consuming digital information and also manage the BIM software, BIM models, in order for them to stay relevant in the industry. Okay? So QS can be capable to participate in these projects meaningfully during the early design stages. Okay? So that will be the stage or stages, okay, before construction, where he can explore a little bit more on the systems, okay, and provide a more accurate advice to the client. Okay, so in fact, the sustainable development is absolutely vital, okay, and this must be balanced against the long-term economic issues. So it is believed that the earliest the QS join the green project team, all right, the more cost-effective the project would be. Okay, so this is the reality. Okay, and the QS provides the QS not only provides this influence client in achieving their sustainable goals, but also providing information of alternative to the design team. Okay, so he can actually assess a few types of design from the designers or architects and provide different cost models for the clients for selection. And he will provide appropriate this advice, okay, to the clients, okay, based on the cost model that he has presented, either on detailed breakdown or detailed or elemental cost models. Okay, so this will enhance the selection process to achieve a more cost-effective option for sustainable building. So a QS should equip himself, okay, with the knowledge on these emerging building materials and environmental-friendly technologies, okay, as I said before. And as the construction industry will continue to grow, we can see there are a lot of opportunities available for young people like you, all right, to join the sector and also be satisfied with the career. So let's join us and making a difference together in building a green future. All right, so up to this stage, I hope that I have given you some clear outline about today's academic topics. Okay, so moving on then, I would like to introduce Heriot-Watt University program. Okay, so Heriot-Watt University is a UK university with a few campuses in the UK, Dubai, as well as Malaysia. Okay, so we have also a number of learning partners around the world. Okay, so Heriot-Watt is a rich heritage and also reputable leading research university nowadays. It is founded in year 1821, and this year we celebrated our 200 years anniversary. So, why Harryward University is highly preferred? Okay, so for your information, Harryward University is a globally recognized university and top 10 UK institution. So we provide the campus transfer opportunities if your study program is available at the campus that you plan to transfer to. And there will be also global access to all learning materials of your program wherever you are. And our program are accredited by professional bodies and also well integrated with the local context. Okay, we have a lot of local communications as well. Okay, so according to the Times and Sunday Times Good University Guide 2020, the building program in Harryward University is ranked as first in Scotland for 6 years in a row and ranked the second in the UK. And we have also civil engineering program, which is also ranked as first in the Scotland and second in the UK. So for your information, the quantity surveying and construction project management program are actually under the building program. So we are the first in Scotland 6 years in a row. So the Harryward University Malaysia is established in year 2012. Okay, so the building related program offered by the School of Energy, Geoscience, Infrastructure and Society is listed in this slide. So on top of the Bachelor and MH Civil Engineering, we offer undergrad and postgrad program in construction project management and quantity surveying. So our bachelor degree in QS provide you with all the skills and knowledge necessary to become a specialist QS. And the graduates can actually work with different sector, either in public sector or private sector, all right, either to work with the consultant QS or contractor QS. And also there are some graduates who work with the international consulting and contracting organization. All right, so the undergraduate QS program offered by the Harryward University is accredited by the Royal Institution of Chartered Surveyor, the Board of Quantity Surveyor Malaysia, as well as the Chartered Institution of Civil Engineering Surveyor. And not to forget, okay, our program is also accredited by the Malaysia Qualification Agency, which is the MQA. Okay. I'm supposed to put another slide about the Bachelor of Construction Project Management here. So the same thing, the Bachelor of Construction Project Management is also accredited by the RICS, the Royal Institute of Chartered Malaysia, Chartered Surveyor, and also the Chartered Institution of Building, CIOB, as well as the MQA. All right, Malaysian Qualification Agency. Okay, so moving on this slide, then we have about the Heriot teaching philosophy. So the advent of the fourth industrial revolution and the global pandemic has actually created a lot of challenges for humankind. And in particular, what we can see, what we can aware is our youth. Okay, so we can see the challenges faced by our youth. And also, being successful in life is not just about achieving academic excellence, but we need also a strong sense of purpose in life. Okay, so the positive education approach that has been adopted by Harryward University Malaysia will enable our students to discover themselves, okay, and to mobilize their purpose into impacts and success. So here we help students in developing their emotional intelligence, which could help them in coping the strategies and managing their time effectively, cultivate their positive mindset, and also developing self-confidence, interpersonal, and also better communication skills and sense of purpose. All right. So at Harryward University, Malaysia, we empower students, okay, to be successful in their studies. All right, in terms of guidance and also our teaching methodologies. So the Empower program provided in the Harryward University is designed to deliver the experiential learning opportunities for the students, okay, and provide them a lifelong foundation for building emotional intelligence, resilience, and happiness. And we have also a Happier You program, all right, which is promoting a caring community and also opportunities that lead to positive emotions and well-being. So this program will lead our students towards academic excellence, personal effectiveness, as well as the resilience and well-being. All right. So lastly, I would like to share with you what our graduates says about our quantity surveying and CPM, construction project management program. So here we have Alicia Wong Singzi, who graduated with a first-class honor degree in quantity surveying in this year, July. Okay, let's listen to what she talks about Heriot-Watt University.
Hi, I'm Alicia. I'm currently working as a graduate QS at Opus Consultant. My university experience have been amazing. I learned and experienced so many new things throughout my university journey with Heriot-Watt, with a world-class teaching and in an eco-friendly campus. I am inspired to further my research in sustainability with the help of my supervisor even after I graduate.
And next here we have Clarice Wong Yan Ni, who graduated with a first-class honors degree in construction project management in the year of 2020. Let's listen to what she said about Heriot-Watt University.
My name is Clarice, and I'm a Senior Executive Project Management at XOX Mobile. Heriot-Watt University Malaysia did not just give me a degree, but also an experience of a lifetime. Comprehensive syllabus together with good networking opportunities have allowed me to grow both academically and professionally. My dissertation topic on Green Building Index has opened my eyes to the possible future of a greener built environment and has allowed me to gain recognition by the Chartered Institute of Building. The knowledge and critical thinking skills that I've gained in Heriot-Watt has prepared me well in facing challenges of the working world and has definitely set me apart from others.
Okay, thank you very much, everyone. I appreciate your time spent with us this afternoon, and I hope that this session has provided you valuable insights on the topics, and also it is building more interest to you on our programs. So thank you very much for your participation, and I would like to open to Q&A session now. Yes. You want to play the question? Will they trim the video before upload? They will trim, or it is a live? Oh. What does it mean? So looking at the first questions, what are the industrial collaboration at Heriot-Watt University? Okay, for the time being, we have initiated a program which is called Build. And that collaboration is between our staff, all right, our lecturers, and also our Harryward Institute students to work on projects, okay, costing projects with the industry organization. Okay, the second question is, am I required to do an internship in my second year of study? Okay, this is a good question. Thank you for these questions. Okay, for your information, our quantity surveying program is accredited by the Board of QS Malaysia, and this board's short form is BQSM. So BQSM required any of our students, all right, who would like to join as a graduate member with the boards, okay, to undergo a 6 months internship, all right, 6-month internship. Or in other words, the internship can be equivalent to years of working experience, okay. So that means it is an option for students who plan to register with the board. Okay, they can either working as an intern, all right, during the summer of the second year, as well as the third year. So altogether, 3 months plus 3 months, we have 6 months. Then, after fulfilling this requirement, the student can register with the board, all right, as a graduate member. Okay, but if the student think that the summer holiday is important for them and they opt not to work as an intern during that short semester, they can actually prefer to work with the industry straight after they graduated. So that means after 6 months of working experience with the industry, okay, then they can register with the board. So internship is not mandatory for our program. Okay, this is a little bit special compared to other local institutions because we are following the UK program where internship is not a compulsory course, all right, under the QS and CPM program. Okay. All right. So to answer the third question, can I transfer to UK campus if I study quantity surveying in Malaysia? The answer is yes. You can transfer to UK campus in any semester of the year, all right, within the 3 years of the study. And it can be as minimal as 1 semester of transfer. Thank you. Any opportunities to further my studies in quantity surveying? Okay, I'm looking at this question. Can I know what is your current qualification? You mean you want to further your study for postgraduate? If you plan to have further study after the undergraduate quantity surveying program, then we are offering master in commercial management and QS. We have this program in Harryward Institute under the School of Aegis. Okay. Okay, this is the last question. What's the difference between quantity surveying and construction project management? Okay, I think just now if you watch the video, it tells you a little bit about what is the role of QS and also the construction project management. So the QS is actually in charge of the money issues, all right, and also prepare the specification, all right, deciding on procurement method and also providing the contracts documents. And for the construction project manager, all right, in the industry, his work is very much on managing the resources, like preparing the schedule of work, of tasks, all right, monitoring the 3 golden things, which is the time, cost, quality. So he's the one who going to ensure the project is running smoothly, all right, and at the same time not being delayed and within the budgets. Thank you. And for our program in Harryward University, the quantity surveying program and also the CPM program, it has only 2 courses difference, and the rest of the course they are sharing the same, they're studying the same course actually. So the 2 different courses that we have for this construction project management is actually on the theory parts, on the project management theory, all right? And the other one is the project programming and control. So these are the 2 core courses which is studied by the CPM students. And for the quantity surveying students, they are studying more on this measurement and also the QS practices. All right, thank you. Okay, thank you for today's session.
Diane, and I'm here to give you a small talk on accelerate your career progression with master's degree in Heriot-Watt University. Now, before I start on talking about the program that we have in the university, I would like to have a small discussion on why business degree. Why would people do business degree? Now, recently, during the lockdown, you come across the phenomena called mass resignation. So what happened? People resigned. Some of them went for new job. Some of them resigned without a job. But what were they looking for? Some kind of business acumen, some kind of business skill? Yeah, that was what is happening. Because not just you being an individual and getting yourself equipped with business skills, but when you are in an organization, what kind of intrapreneurial skills that you bring that will be able to keep the business afloat and sustainable. So this is why a lot of people look for business skill. Now, if you look around the world, whether you have your basic business degree or you have your engineering degree or you have, it could be anything that you have. But when you try to progress in your career, what do you look for? You look for business degree. Now you look at the prominent people around the world, people like Elon Musk, people Satya Nadella, Tim Cook. They all have engineering degree, basic engineering degree. But what do they look for? Later, it is MBA or business. So business degrees are versatile. Like in Harryward, we don't have the run-of-the-mill program where you have many business degrees. We have 4 MSCs that we carefully devise for people who would like to progress in master's level, right? And you will gain highly desirable skills. Skills, what are the skills that you need? You need simple skills like team, managing team, very important. Managing change. How do you innovate? So these are the skills that is required. And you also will be able to demonstrate a commitment towards your career. So this is why people come for business degree. So regardless of whatever you have right now in your basic degree, so the place to go would be business degree, because you probably would have done climbing or going vertically. And you need to go a little bit horizontally to acquire various skills in order for you to succeed in your business. So what do we have in Heriot-Watt? What are we offering in Heriot-Watt? We have 8 subjects that we cover, 8 modules that we cover, each one contributing 15 credits each. Yeah? And 1 dissertation or research project at 60 credits. So what are we doing? We are doing 8 modules with 1 dissertation. And these credits are gained across 3 semesters, semester 1, semester 2, and semester 3. Now what happens if you are a full-time student? If you are a full-time student, you take 4 subjects and the semester 3. If you are a part-time student, you would take 2, 2, 2, 2 each time, and then you end it with a final semester, which is your dissertation, right? Now, what are the programs that we have in Heriot-Watt? These are the 4 exclusive programs that we have. 2 of them are Msc Ibm. IBM here means International Business Management. So we have 2 IBM programs with a flavor of finance and a flavor of marketing. So what does this mean? That means you would be doing this IBM program with 2 modules marketing for marketing subjects and 2 modules finance for finance if you are doing in finance. And the other one, which is very popular in Heriot-Watt University, is strategic project management. And I'll explain to you in a while what is MSc in strategic project management and why is it popular in Heriot-Watt University. And the other one is, of course, known as business strategy, leadership, and change. or in short BSLC. Now many people ask me what is the difference between BSLC and MBA, and I will give you the explanation later as I progress in my presentation later. Yeah? Moving on, the first program that I want to talk about is MSc International Business Management IBM with Marketing. Now this is the program. So what is it about? You would do 2 semesters if you are doing full time. In semester 1, when in Heriot-Watt there are 2 semesters. Semester 1 starts from September and end in December, and semester 2 starts in January until April. What happens after April? You would sit for your examination, and then you will have a break, which is the semester break, and then you begin in September again if you are a part-timer. But if you are a full-timer, you would start in September, December, finish in December, and you start in January and you finish it in April, right? So what are the subjects that you do in marketing here? You have international business context, competitive strategy, you do marketing. The reason why I have made it in red is because if you are doing IBM in finance, you would be doing the same subject, but you would do finance subject instead of marketing. So that's the difference, yeah? And then here you have a choice between leadership or financial analysis. So you have a choice. You can choose either leadership or financial analysis. If you are more inclined to finance, then you choose finance. And then in semester 2, you have business economics, research philosophy, international marketing, and a choice between quality management or project management, right? So this is for IBM with marketing. Now research philosophy and practice is a subject that you must do in whatever course that you are taking, because this is a prelude for you to do your dissertation. So if you are signed up for many other subjects like project management or even BSLC, Business Strategy, Leadership and Change, you would find this subject is appearing everywhere. Yeah? So this is in MSc IBM in marketing. The next one I'm going to talk about is MSc IBM with finance. So like I said earlier, subjects are the rest of the subjects, because they are MSc IBM, the subjects are the same. So the difference between MSc IBM in finance and MSc IBM in marketing are the 2 red ones here, because earlier you saw the marketing and international marketing, whereas for here you see financial analysis and finance, and the rest of the subjects are the same. So these are the 2 IBM subjects with flavors that we offer in Heriot-Watt University. Now, why is this popular, or why is this even offered? Because it is not, they focus on modules such as business strategy, which is very important, and your financial or marketing management. So you're not just making you a finance person or making you a marketing person. It gives you all other exposure and equip you with skills on all other management subjects. So this is why this IBM in marketing and IBM in finance is 2 popular programs in Heriot-Watt University. And the other third program that I would like to talk about is the MSc Business Strategy, Leadership and Change, in short BSLC, right? Now many questions I received, like here, if you look at the subjects here, in semester 1 you do strategic change, comparative strategy, strategic innovation, management, leadership. And then in semester 2 you do your research philosophy, and you have choices between these 6 to choose 3. And why did I put red in these 3 subjects? Because those are the popular subjects that students take. Now student asked me, what is the difference between BSLC and MBA? Now, the difference between BSLC and MBA is, of course, the program is different, because for MSc program, you do over 13 to 14 weeks every Saturday, for example. For MBA, you do in a compact basis. That means if you come on Saturday full day, Sunday full day, and then the next week Saturday full day, Sunday full day, and the next week again, and then you have a break, and then you complete one module, right? And MBA is 100% examination. Bslc will have assignment and examination. Yeah, that's the difference between these two. And what is this? What is this Bslc? How is it different from all other universities? Now, if I may go back in this here, if you look at the title here, strategic change, it's a title, it's a module that you do. Competitive strategy. And in Heriot-Watt, every time we will choose to change according to what is happening at the market. Like this one here, strategic innovation management, is a new topic that was introduced lately. And what was it before? It was something else. And why did we change? Because this is relevant. So we continuously change our module to suit what is the requirement in the market. So this is the uniqueness of our program, not just for Bslc, but for many other subjects, right? So here, like I said, strategic change. Why is change even important? You and I know what happened during the pandemic. And what happened? Everybody scrambled to stay alive or to survive. So if you are not the type who embrace change, the business will just go down the drain, right? So change is important. So this is why we emphasize on change, on innovation, on the latest thing in the market in our program. Yeah? And it is designed to make sure that students look at the whole thing from the overall picture, a complete thinking, overall thinking. What do you do when you do a startup? What do you do when you are in a business? So formulating things, carrying out things, and equipping yourself with various skills that's needed in the business, and that Bslc is capable of doing. Yeah? And the other hot stuff in Heriot-Watt is strategic project management. Now, strategic project management is one of the upcoming topics, which has been really popular in the recent times, not only in our country, but also everywhere. And why Heriot-Watt? Why do you even think of coming to Heriot-Watt? Because our program is certified. It's certified. It's the number 2 in Malaysia to be certified on strategic project management. So if you go to many universities, they offer project management everywhere. But we call it strategic project management because we prepare you to move up the ladder and to be at the highest ladder, not just to project management as a day-to-day business, but also to prepare you to be at the helm of the organization. So what are the subjects we have? We have strategic project management, innovation, leadership, strategic change, project management, research philosophy, quality management, and systems thinking or demand and inventory planning. So these are the subjects that we have. And our SPM or strategic project management is accredited by the Project Management Institute USA. In the past, being a British university, we were certified by APM. But now in Malaysia, in Dubai, and this part of the world, we look more upon the certification from USA. So therefore, we went through the rigorous process of getting certified, and finally we are awarded the accreditation by USA. Yeah? So if you go into website of PMI, you would see this, right? This is looking at all the 3 campuses, Edinburgh, Dubai, and Malaysia, certified by PMI. So when you have already completed your program, 8 taught courses, if you are a full-time student, you do 4 in September, you do 4 in January. What happens then? Then you will qualify yourself to do the dissertation. So what is dissertation? So dissertation happens when you complete your 8 taught courses. If you are a full-time student in 2 semesters, if you are a part-time student in 4 semesters, and you would do an independent research. So what is independent research? You would undertake a research based on a topic that you are familiar, that you want. If you are doing strategic project management, you would do a research on project management. If you are doing business leadership, you probably will do something on business or change. And what happens? We would find you a supervisor who is affiliated to the topic that you have chosen to guide you to work for 3 months if you are a full-time student, 6 months if you are a part-time student, to complete your study. Now, in the past, we have had students who publish the paper. So not just doing the dissertation, but they go to the conference and they go to the journals to publish the paper. So we have had many cases. So when we guide the student to do dissertation, it's not just passing up, it's not just passing the exam, but go out there and to say that, hey, look, this is what I have done, right? So we encourage that, right? So dissertation start where you select a topic. When do you select a topic? While you are doing your research methodology class. So you have your research methodology somewhere along the semester, you do a preliminary work, you start a topic, and you start discussing with your supervisor. Supervisor will be allocated, and then you do your preparation, and then finally you do the submission, right? So that's on dissertation. So in summary, what is it about? If you do 1 year study, it is full-time. 2 years is part-time. For 1 year, you have 2 semesters, September to December, January to April. If you do part-time, you have to go through these twice, 2 Septembers, 2 Januaries. Yeah? 1 semester, 12 weeks teaching weeks, and 8 courses, 1 dissertation. So your full-time structure, you have semester 1 4, semester 2 4, semester 3 dissertation. And part-time is semester 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 and dissertation. Now what happens halfway through, I'm not able to complete because something happened. I am transferred in my job, I cannot finish it. What do I do? So you can opt to do online, right? Because online is offered, or you can say that I'm taking a break and then I will come back 6 months later to continue. That is allowed. Yeah. And why Heriot-Watt? Why can't be another university? Why are you coming to Heriot-Watt? Because we have global reach. We have about 29,000 students in 5 campuses, 1 in Malaysia, 1 in Dubai, 3 in Scotland. Yeah? And then we have 123,000 alumni worldwide. And the Watt Club, we call it the Watt Club, where the alumni converge, they are the oldest in the UK. So most of the time, when students complete their studies, they get acquainted with this Watt Club. And there's so much of communication, support system, and help system within this group. So we find our students, our ex-students, helping our current students, and they are this such big community, which is the largest in UK. Yeah? And we have strong link to business and industry. So our program, like I said earlier, it's not just run-of-the-mill or we are running because everybody is running. We talk to the industry people. We say that what is relevant. And we would change our topic as and when, because this is what is happening right now. And during the pandemic, we have made tremendous changes to our syllabus. Like if I'm teaching project management right now, and one of the major things that we did in project management is to complete overhaul the entire assessment. So we bring in new projects that is currently taken over by Heriot-Watt University, Scotland, on wireless WAN. Wireless charging of WAN in Scotland, smart road. So we incorporate this kind of projects for our students in their assessment. Yeah? And innovative research, right? It's research on SDGs, the latest one in UK as well as in Malaysia. And our teaching staff, not complete academic, they have industry experience. And they are exposed to whatever is happening in the industry. And then they come to academia, right? And our researchers pursue cutting-edge solution, what is happening, climate change, pandemic, the latest ones in the market. And we don't have teaching assistants. So if we have professors as associate professors who teach, it is from the beginning till the end. So we don't get people to come and take over this class or do the tutorial for us. We don't do that, right? Because it's purely taught by our academic. And teaching staff are accessible to students. We have emails, our learning platform system where the student can access us or talk to us immediately and they get the answers immediately. 75% of our faculty members are PhD holders and class sizes are small. We don't have big class where you have 60, 70 students in one class. We have 20 for our MSc students so that we give the personalized attention to the students. Yeah? And our teaching philosophy, positive education. So what is positive education? Positive education is finding the purpose. You know, in this pandemic, what happened? Students, youth, they go to university, they work. With this robotization and with this technology running, and what is happening to these people? You realize that their mental health is affected, right? Students' mental health, they are not sure because they are bombarded with so many things. We in Heriot-Watt, when students come to us, be it in foundation, we talk to them, what's your purpose? What do you do? So we nurture them on resilience and well-being, academic excellence and personal effectiveness. So the students come to the university, they go through stages. The first stage is the watt stage. Then you have your kilowatt stage. Then you have your megawatt and gigawatt, where the students are nurtured to find the purpose, to learn to be with the society and grow, to learn how to manage team and grow and how to become a startup, to do a startup business. So it's not just purely education, but we show them what is their purpose, why a positive education. Yeah? And that makes it flourishing and success and with the impact for the students to move in their life, not just in the university, but outside there forever. Yeah? And in Heriot-Watt, we have responsive blended learning, which we call it RBL. So in the past, we all know what happened during pandemic. So we have blended like face-to-face as well as online. So we call it the synchronous and asynchronous material, where we upload information on our platform, videos, and many things on platform, and then we also guide them via tutorial and lecture to complete the whole subject. And then we have Go Global program. Go Global is like if you decide to come to Heriot-Watt to do one semester here, and then you said that, okay, the second semester I want to do it in Edinburgh, or I may want to finish it in Dubai. So it's a seamless transfer. Whatever is being taught here is what's being taught in Edinburgh and being taught in Dubai. Our assessments are the same, syllabus is the same, delivery is the same. So they can have a seamless transfer in another campus in Scotland or Dubai. Yeah? And in summary, what are we having? It's an intensive study experience. Yeah? 4 modules for the and 2 modules for part-time. 24 hours per course, large amount of reading. Yeah? You have to do a lot of reading. And we have plenty of webinars, topics that's given, guest lectures from industries, dissertation work which you are guided with the topic that you are in, and actual case studies, not just something very hypothetical, actual case studies that we have. Yeah? So these are the things that you can expect when you come to Heriot-Watt University. For academic support, we have personal tutoring scheme where we assign some number of students to the lecturers. So the lecturers who act as tutor here not only look at the academic trajectory of the student, but also looking into what other things the student is doing. If the student is like looking at attendance is going down or the marks are going down, we would immediately get in touch with the student and talk to them and see how we can help them. So that is personal tutoring scheme. We have consultation hours where the student get in touch with us, and then we would guide them when they need. And then we have another one called SSLC, where Staff Student Liaison Committee. We meet them twice every semester to sit down and get their feedback on what is it they want to improve or what is it they find difficult in the subject itself, right? So if the student have got any concern, they can tell us. So it's done twice per semester, right? And these are some of the lecturers, right? Like for me, I'm here and personally I teach project management, strategic project management and quality management. And then we have Dr. Praveen, who covers the marketing area. Dr. Anne-Marie Sidhu, she is the finance expert. And then you have Dr. Shahrudin, who covers the strategy, strategic change. Yokme, who covers business context. Daphne, leadership. Dr. Ng Lai Leng on research philosophy, and Dr. Jimmy Tam on finance. Right, so if you have any question, that's my email address. My colleague Shahrudin, who's the program director, his email address is there. Please feel free to contact us anytime. Drop us a mail and we shall get in touch with you. Right? Thank you. I shall take questions right now. Please post your questions and I will take questions. Okay, question number 1, do I need working experience to join the program? Not for MSc. You can be, you would have done degree, you can make a direct entry to MSc program, but if you would like to do MBA with us, then you need at least 2 years working experience. For MSc, we don't require working experience. Yeah? Next question. Are there any field visits in the MSc program? We do have field visit back when before the pandemic, we do have. But we have a lot of guest speakers, people from industry who come over to the class and to do guest lectures. And field study we did before, during this time we don't do it, but before, yes, we do it, right? But guest lecture is almost a permanent feature in our classes. So they come over and they lecture the students besides us doing it. Yeah. Yes, the dissertation, do I get to choose my own topic or will there be a specific set of topics? No, we don't give specific set of topics, right? It's because you are doing it. It's the program that you choose. It's the area that you are interested. We will select the supervisor to guide you properly to do the assignment. So we will never give you a list of topics and say that choose. Some universities does that. We don't, because it's you at the end of the day. So we give you to choose select the topics, not get you to come and select the topics that we have done. Yeah. Any scholarship for the MSc program? Right now, do we have scholarship? We don't have a scholarship. Sorry?
We have the corporate partnership postgraduate bursary.
Okay, can they apply for it?
Yeah, it applies to postgraduate thought program.
Yeah, postgraduate thought program. You can apply. So if you would like to apply for it, please write in to us or see our education consultant to give you more information on that. Yeah. And do you offer MBA? Yes, we do offer. So like I said, MBA is done during the weekend. It's different from MSc. MSc, if you are doing part-time, you have to come to classes on Saturday. For MBA, you come on Saturday and Sunday. And Saturday and Sunday the next week. Saturday and Sunday, it's block. Right? So you complete 3 Saturdays and 3 Sundays, you have a break, you sit for exam. 100% examination, no assignment. Yeah? For MSc, you have assessment, assignments, and examination. Sometimes it can be 70-30, 50-50. Yeah? Any other questions? That's all? Right, so if you have any question, please email me or email Dr. Shahrudin or email my colleagues in the marketing department. We will get back to you immediately. Semester starts in January, the January intake. So from now on, you can post your questions to us, or you can make appointment to see us or visit us in the campus. We will be here waiting for you. Thank you so much.